This just in. Piers Morgan dropped a major bombshell about the so-called duchess, Meghan Markle, who took to the stage to talk about equality but made it all about herself 54 times in 7 minutes. Even her supporters cringed while Piers Morgan called out her relentless self-promotion.
Even I haven't done that in a speech. That gives you some idea of the scale of the Netflix narcissist. My question really is, how can they be allowed to do this?
Recently, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry made a brief stop in the UK before heading to Germany. Interestingly, during their UK visit, they didn't meet with any royal family members. Reports suggest that the royal family's keeping their distance, possibly due to ongoing tensions. Instead of reconnecting with her in-laws, Meghan focused on public engagements and delivering speeches, and Piers Morgan is finally shedding light on it. So, one of the highlights of their trip was Meghan's keynote address at the One Young World Summit in Manchester. The event marked her return to the UK since stepping back from royal duties. In her speech, she reflected on her journey and emphasized the importance of youth leadership. However, some critics felt that the speech was way more about her personal experiences than the broader theme of the summit. By choosing public engagements over private family meetings, Meghan might be aiming to reshape her public image, naturally, focusing on her role as a global advocate, which would allow her to highlight her passions and commitments. But this approach also raises some serious questions about unresolved family issues. Avoiding family interactions can be seen as sidestepping some deeper personal matters. At the One Young World Summit, Meghan delivered a speech that has since become a topic of discussion. Over 7 minutes, she referenced herself numerous times because she's so amazing, right? Leading some to label the address as self-centered. The audience anticipated insights on equality and leadership, but many felt that the focus remained on Meghan's journey exclusively. Piers Morgan, a very vocal critic of Meghan, was quick to comment on the speech. He questioned whether she perceives herself as the central figure in every narrative. This sentiment was echoed by other critics who viewed the speech as a reflection of narcissistic tendencies. Some supporters of Meghan argue that sharing personal stories can inspire and connect with audiences. They believe that her experiences offer valuable lessons and serve as a testament to overcoming challenges. But detractors feel that the excessive self-referencing overshadowed the broader message of the entire summit.
Could it be because you married a British prince and then dragged him out of his country, off to your California mansion to fleece your royal titles? Anyway, 54 times she mentioned herself in a 7-minute speech.
For a long time, many in the UK believed that Meghan Markle was adored in the United States. After all, she's an American who married into British royalty, creating a modern fairy tale that captivated audiences on both sides of the Atlantic. Yeah, recent trends are suggesting that this perception might not be entirely accurate. And guess what Piers Morgan had to say about that? Initially, Meghan and Prince Harry were warmly welcomed in the United States. Their decision to step back from royal duties and relocate to California was seen by some as a bold move towards independence and a chance to champion causes close to their hearts. Oh, and they also secured really lucrative deals with media giants like Netflix and Spotify, signaling a promising start to their new life.
Self-identified social justice warriors, and they were piling on Meghan as a liar, as an insufferable narcissist.
Because nothing screams fresh start initiative like millions and millions of dollars, right? But here's the dealio. As time went on, the narrative began to shift. Critics started labeling Meghan as inauthentic and self-obsessed. Duh. Some Americans felt that the couple's frequent discussions about their struggles, especially considering their privileged positions, came off as tone-deaf. The release of Harry's memoir, Spare, and their tell-all interview with Oprah only further polarized public opinion on the couple. Even within progressive circles, which you could assume would be more sympathetic to Meghan and Harry's experiences, there's also been noticeable criticism. Some people that argue while the couple speaks extensively about mental health and personal growth, their actions sometimes appear contradictory. But I don't know, what do you think? Is it true? For instance, their continued use of royal titles while critiquing the institution of monarchy strikes some as very hypocritical. And that's not all. Piers Morgan called them out for something even more unbelievable.
Now, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will return to the UK next month despite tensions with the royal family. The Sussexes will attend charity events close to their hearts.
So Piers is a British journalist known for his outspoken views, and I mean super outspoken. Has been very, very vocal about his skepticism towards Meghan from the beginning. He, along with some US journalists, have highlighted instances where Meghan's narratives have been inconsistent or very self-serving. I mean, to the point that she may as well be her own checkout counter at a Costco or Walmart, am I right? Anyway, these critiques have contributed to a growing realization that Meghan's popularity in the United States might not be as robust as a lot of people previously thought. It's essential to note that public opinion is rarely monolithic. While Meghan and Harry still have a substantial support base in America, there is a significant portion of the population that views them with extreme skepticism. The initial enthusiasm has been tempered by a series of public relations missteps and the couple's perceived overexposure in the media. The assumption that Meghan Markle is universally beloved in the United States is an oversimplification. Yeah, the reality is way more nuanced, with a mix of admiration, criticism, and indifference among the American public. As the couple continues to navigate their post-royal life, it's going to be interesting to see how public perceptions evolve and whether they can rebuild and maintain their standing in the eyes of the American population. Their journey from senior royals to independent public figures has been anything but smooth. A significant point of contention is the perceived contradiction between their criticism of the monarchy and their continued use of royal titles and privileges. I mean, should they even be allowed to do that anymore? After stepping back from their royal duties in 2020, the couple expressed a desire for financial independence and a more private life. Yeah, but they've constantly leveraged their royal connections to secure lucrative deals and media attention. I mean, come on, their Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, and Harry's memoir, Spare, are prime examples of projects that capitalize on their royal status while simultaneously critiquing the institution. This goes way beyond biting the hand that feeds you. This is just ridiculously disrespectful. Their whole dual approach has led to accusations of hypocrisy, as it should. Critics argue that this is disingenuous to denounce the very institution that provided them with a platform they now use for personal gain. The couple's grievances about their treatment with the royal family and the British press have been juxtaposed against their willingness to share intimate details of their royal experiences for profit. Speculation has also arisen about Meghan's intentions, with some suggesting that she aims to establish a rival royal brand in America. By aligning themselves with high-profile media outlets and engaging in public advocacy, they appear to be crafting a new identity that retains elements of their royal heritage while embracing celebrity culture. Piers Morgan has been particularly vocal about this perceived duplicity. He's often questioned why the couple continues to use their royal titles if they're so disillusioned with the monarchy. Morgan and others have suggested that the Queen should have stripped them of their titles to prevent them from profiting off their royal connections while criticizing the institution. And of course, supporters of Meghan and Harry argue that they're shedding light on important issues such as mental health, racism, and media intrusion. Yeah, they contend that the couple's using their platform to advocate for positive change, and their critiques of the monarchy are part of a broader effort to modernize and reform outdated institutions. And I guess making millions and millions and millions of dollars while profiting off of that exposure is just, it's all part of the process, right? I mean, look, the tension between their stated desire for privacy and their frequent public disclosures have made it really challenging for some people to reconcile their actions with their words. I mean, come on, the constant narrative of we're the victims. Hold up, let me count this fat stack of cash real quick. It's just ridiculous and tired.
What is going on?
And what is going, honestly, what's going on with Harry here? I was told on good authority yesterday that Charles in particular is unbelievably hurt by what is going on with his son and daughter-in-law. He doesn't understand what he's done wrong. He walked her down the aisle
You know, the royal family's long been a symbol of stability and tradition, but recent events have tested its resilience. King Charles in particular has faced a lot of emotional challenges stemming from the actions of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Reports suggest that King Charles is deeply hurt by Harry and Meghan's decisions, especially their public criticisms of the monarchy. Insiders also reveal that Charles struggles to understand what he did wrong to warrant such actions from his son. This emotional strain is compounded by the couple's media engagements, which often cast the royal family in a negative light.
The first one led to an abdication,
We didn't
and the
send
second
her,
one might be
Piers.
leading to the end of the
You
monarchy.
guys took her.
We need better quality American women.
Even the late Queen Elizabeth II, God rest her soul, during her declining health witnessed these familial tensions. Some observers speculated that Meghan and Harry's actions added stress during a fragile period for the monarchy. And not only that, but Meghan's narcissistic behavior affected Harry too.